So, things are getting pretty hard for Zionist propaganda, right? Lately, things have been rough for them. Very rough. People see the Zionist project for what it is increasingly now because, their feed has just been absolutely spammed with videos of Israel, of Zionists massacring, women, children, babies, the elderly, everyone. No one is spared from the Zionist genocide. The Zionists love to kill. It's like their favorite thing in the world. Everyone's seen the TikToks of them like dancing over the graves of their victims, sniping children. Everyone knows what they are now. So, the Zionists way of shutting this down in the past was like using institutional power to shame people, like anti-Semitism allegations, like, the ADL and all the other Zionist pressure groups, phoning your fucking university or your place of work until you get fired. But now the evidence is so bad against Israel, it's so obvious that even the dumbest people can see it. So it's not working as well as it used to. People aren't just shutting up anymore. People aren't getting afraid, getting scared of them anymore as they used to. So now their new strategy is to just outright buy out the media. And we're seeing that with TikTok, for example. So TikTok is being acquired by a coalition of American companies. Among them are Oracle and Silver Lake, Oracle being the most significant here. Oracle is just full of Zionists. Oracle CEO Safra Katz is an out-and-out Zionist who holds an Israeli passport, of course, who has publicly stated that employees at Oracle who do not support Israel should be fired. Larry Ellison, the co-founder of Oracle, is just out-and-out open Zionist. Oracle donates military equipment to Israel and financially supports Israeli campaigns, including Friends of the IDF. It has partnerships with Israeli ministries, including involvement in AI, cloud projects used by the military. Inside Oracle, there have been reports of suppression of pro-Palestinian voices and activism. Larry Ellison, specifically, the co-founder of Oracle, who leads the consortium of TikTok's new owners, he is the biggest private donor to the Israeli military in the world, in history. So what do you do when you're losing the narrative because people can openly talk about your crimes? Well, you buy one of the platforms where people were able to talk about your crimes and you make it impermissible for them to do this there. So you have this Israeli/Zionist consortium of billionaires who are buying TikTok following pressure that I will remind you all was put on TikTok by the Biden admin in large part. So they pressured ByteDance, the former Chinese owners, to sell it to an American company. And the Americans who are buying it are all Israeli-American dual nationals whose primary interest is in suppressing anti-Israel content. So this is how, going forward, they're going to be trying to suppress anti-Israel content, is they're going to be trying to buy out the platforms and to make it impermissible to speak out against Israel, because you'll just get banned. And even further than that, Larry Ellison is not just involved in TikTok. Larry's son, David, is also involved. These guys are like new Murdoch family, basically, except Israeli. David Ellison, Larry's son, is just as much of a Zionist as he is. And David Ellison is, I believe, the CEO of Paramount. Yeah, he's the chairman and CEO of Paramount. And CBS, the CBS News Network, is a Paramount property. So a few weeks ago, I covered the acquisition for a hilariously overvalued sum by CBS/Paramount of the Free Press, Barry Weiss's genocidal propaganda rag. And now, Barry Weiss has been named the chief editor of CBS News. Barry Weiss, a fanatical genocidal Zionist, is now the chief editor of CBS News after David Ellison, Israeli dual national billionaire, son of Larry Ellison, Israeli dual national billionaire who just bought TikTok, bought her company, and now appointed her as the head of CBS to ensure the company no longer goes against the Israeli Zionist genocide narrative. So their way of stopping even the liberal Zionist media that was already very supportive of Israel, that already obfuscated what Israel actually does, their way of stopping this sort of stuff from being reported is just to buy out the media and change its characteristics because they own it, force it via pure money. Well, also hilarious, these people just play into all of the anti-Semitic stereotypes from history so much. No, Jews don't control the media. That's anti-Semitic. Anyway, here's two Israeli Jews, American Israeli Jews, buying out every single media and social media platform they can and then prohibiting anti-Israel speech. Come the fuck on. So be on the lookout for more of this stuff. It would not surprise me if they tried to buy out more companies. If they get Google somehow, it's over. If some Israeli-American billionaire buys Google, it's fucking over. I'm going to get banned immediately, None of these platforms are safe anymore. There's just none. People are go on RedNote. RedNote is a platform for Chinese people who upload videos of them going shopping, okay? There's no alternatives. There's no non-US based alternatives to use. They're all in the US, especially now that TikTok got forced to sell to a US company. And the US is ultimately controlling the US is ultimately what controls stuff here in the end. So while YouTube is marginally better than other platforms now regarding not censoring anti-Zionists nearly as much, that could change in the future. All that it would take is an investment by some Israeli-American who has like $200 billion to throw out. And suddenly, if you say Zionist on YouTube, it's going to be a slur, You get banned for that. So this is dark times. Like literally, in order to cover up that child Holocaust, they are buying the fucking media. Zionists are literally buying media outlets. The one social media platform where you could like upload videos of what's happening in Palestine and talk about Israel being bad, they buy that. It gets bought up by a fucking billionaire father, and then his son changes the character of a major American news network to be explicitly pro-Zionist by appointing Barry Weiss, who even is Barry Weiss. She's never been a reporter. She's never been a journalist. Like, her most famous and infamous news article is one how she went to Australia and talked about how weird it was in the New York Times, and everyone laughed at her for it. Like, let me show you who Barry Weiss is. Let's go over that article real quick. Barry Weiss wrote an article for the New York Times called Australians Have More Fun, because she went to Australia for a couple of weeks on a holiday and decided that, it was the most profound experience of her life for some reason. Australia for her was like what India is for 21-year-old hippies, or Thailand or whatever. Barry Weiss wrote, I found Australia much closer to how David Sedaris once described it. Canada in a thong. What the fuck does that mean? It is a place where things just work. The politics are moderate. The economy is roaring. The strangers are helpful. Everyone has healthcare. Mass shootings are almost unheard of. And I'd feel comfortable following the 5-second rule on a random subway platform. You're disgusting, Barry. Australians have more fun. They just do. I guess I should not be surprised by this fact, given that this is the place that birthed both Hugh Jackman and Kylie Minogue. Who did she pay to get a role writing this sort of thing for the New York Times? This is just so bad. This person, within 5 years, she went from writing this to being the editor of CBS News. What in the holy fuck? It's poorly written, substanceless garbage slop that comes off as a joke, as a parody, as an Onion article. It's actually unbelievable that she got paid a 6-figure salary to write this sort of things. How did someone like this ever become an opinion editor at the New York Times, at a major American newspaper, and now she's the news editor for CBS News? Meritocracy? Never seen a better debunking of that than Barry Weiss. Ethan Klein is a close second, though. What a joke. But yeah, that's what's happening here. Basically, American billionaires, even beyond just Elon Musk, are specifically buying out media and social media outlets in order to censor anything inconvenient to Israel, because they've lost control of the narrative now. What more is there to say? Sure hope this doesn't continue. Sure hope my channel doesn't get deleted because of this. Gotta knock on wood. That'll work. 100%.